शब्द बिना सारा जग अंधा, काटे कौन मोह का फंदा। शब्द बिना सारा जग अंधा, काटे कौन मोह का फंदा। शब्द बिना बिरथा सब तंदा, शब्द बिना बिरथा सब तंदा। शब्द बिना जीव बंधन बंधा, शब्द बिना जीव बंधन बंधा।
Welcome seekers to today's spiritual satsang, titled Dying While Living. I have with me is the Asia's main speaker, who is an advanced disciple of a perfect living master. Before we move on to the satsang, so this pain of dying, do initiates suffer from that same pain, or is it something that non-satsangis suffer, or what's the overall concept of dying while living? Is it effortless, or does it really require you to undergo some physical trauma before you reach the tent door?
It doesn't matter if you're satsangi or non-satsangi. If they're satsangi, they initiate, but they're not been practicing to reach the tent door, where, properly withdraw their attention to wisdom eye center. Then, yes, at the time of death, they will experience the pain. Because the mind is very strong. If you're not been training that to let go of the body, then because we struggle, for die, we don't know what happened after that, then that kind of fear will kick in. And it can be very overwhelming, as, being stung by 10,000 scorpions. But if the person slowly practice die while living, which die while living can do in many stages, can start from the physical first, and then do it in astral body and the causal body, then reach the soul level. So anyone that reach the soul level will not really experience any kind of pain. It's just, a peaceful death. Because you'll be able to withdraw your attention very deep within, and you meet up with the master at that time. But anybody that, yes, get initiation and doing it only like half-hearted, they will, and they will not be much informed either when they're gonna die. Because most of the people, if they be able to connect with the master inside, at least in radiant form, in the astral body, then master will inform them, which day they're gonna die, what time, how, right? Master will reveal this to them to prepare. But the most lousy person will get 3 days notice in advance. But if more sincere person, they can be noticed even 1 year before or many years before.
So this pain of 1,000 scorpions is felt to the physical body, or is it felt through the other bodies like the astral body? And what happens after this pain subsides, or will it ever subside?
Right. So firstly, in the physical body, it will feel immense pain, like 10,000 scorpions sting you. After that, it will play in the emotional part. It will become very overwhelming, emotional, right? After that, the mind will kick in, analyzing everything. And the pain can be both physical pain, emotional pain, right? And psychological pain, with the mind. So you experience the pain full on. If it's like normal person that not train these, die by living. Being initiate or non-initiate doesn't matter. It's according to your practice, where you rehearse this while you do meditation. And if you're not successfully doing this, for example, if the person doing this to only reach the wisdom eye center in the physical body, they will still feel some kind of emotional pain and psychological pain, because they have not had been trained the other body yet to withdraw the attention to the wisdom eye chakra in other form of body, the astral body and the causal body. That's why they will have to experience the pain of that as well. And after these are finished, you will hear the sound, of the cord had been cut. And a person can experience this very, very loud sound, like the sound of the train passing by, in front of you. And then you will hear the snap part of the cord. Then it's complete. So the soul power, the living power, has been withdrawn from the physical body. After that, there will be no pain, nothing. Maybe pain can remain as emotional pain. So you can see some of the people have attachment, like they become a ghost to haunt the place, or, only recognize the last moment of their life and live on in that moment for 100 years. So if we be able to withdraw from all, or use the privilege of initiate to deal with this as per you contemplate on the form of the master, you recite the names during the passing time, then definitely master will reduce those suffering, and we'll be able to see master to come and pick us up. Otherwise, when you be very overwhelming with your own experience, you won't see master to pick you up.
Ishwaji used to mention in his talks that to practice the art of dying while living, you need to slowly bring your awareness from the feet up, so your feet will become cold and you will lose sensation of your feet, all the way up to your third eye center and to the 10th door. So if we continue practicing this method of dying while living, will we still be experiencing the sensory pain that you just described?
Yes, you'll be able to do so if you continue from your wisdom eye center upward, because to practice this meditation that has been instructed by the master as the light and sound meditation or Surat Chapad Yoga. Master explained to us that, apart from the physical body that have 6 chakras, there are also the chakras in the astral body, another 6 chakras. And also the next one, the causal body, has another 6 chakras. Altogether is 18 chakras. So in order to withdraw your attention to your true self, which is the soul, You have to close all of these 18 chakras to experience the soul, the real self. So therefore, if a practitioner or initiate be able to do that, or the 18 chakra upward, then they won't experience any pain, any physical pain, any emotional pain, any psychological pain at all. Because they be able to cross that and doing that while they still living in the physical body. So it's the art in itself to learn to die while living. You not only die in the physical body, you also learn to die in the sensory body. You also learn to die in the causal body, the mind body as well, in order to reach the soul. If you not, do your homework before the time of death, then you will have to face all the pain, all the pain of the physical pain, emotional pain, and psychological pain if you not be able to cross all of these 18 chakras. And these 18 chakras, Master said, is the first level of is chakra of Pinda, Anda, Brahmanda. And then after that, we have to cross to the Sachkhanda, right? So on that, you really, really have to put effort in order to cross all of these 18 chakras. And when we reach the level of the soul, which is Sachkhanda, then from there, Master take us up to our true home. So that's the great part. But, before that, you really have to put effort into your meditation routine. Every day you put more effort to do meditation while you can when you operate in this physical body.
What happens if an initiate doesn't manage to cross the astral self? So, for example, on the time of death, he just crossed the first 6 chakra. Does the pain still sustain in that astral self, sensory self, or how does one cross over to the next set of 6?
That's right. Like I told you in one occasion, in Singapore, that one lady was crying, standing up and crying, and said to Babaji, Babaji, you didn't come pick my father up at his time of death, right? He didn't see you coming. But then Babaji asked the sister, like, sister, did your father doing meditation as instructed? And she said, no, Babaji, he didn't have chance because he was in too much suffering. So it's just to show you, even you initiate, you're not safe. If you're not doing your homework or, close the beyond, like, okay, if this man be able to withdraw his attention in his physical body, at the time of passing, he won't feel the pain that much in his physical body. If this man be able to cross the chakras of the astral body, the another 6 chakras, then he will be able to see the radiant form of the master come to pick him up at the time of death. It's not master not come, but he's too agonizing. He's too much painful in his physical body, in his emotional, painful. It's too overwhelming. Then, his attention is not focused. So when he's not focused inside, so he didn't see what happened. I believe that master is there, like pick him up and taking care of him. But it's not necessary that he be able to see that or not, because if he's not previously practiced, when he's well and his body is okay, then at the time of death, he won't be able to see that. Only because the attention is not collect to the wisdom eye center, nor in the physical body, nor in the astral body, nor in the causal body. So he cannot see at all inside. Just like all of us, we have to rehearse this every day. Make it the day that you die. From the day of initiation, you have been given opportunity to practice this, to do this, and you have to take this seriously. Every meditation session, tell yourself that you have to practice to die while living and experience for yourself how to do it until the last day, because the last day might be the critical time. You might die in an accident. You might die on your bed, or you just drop dead. How do you know? At that time, at the last moment of your thought, the thought have to remain with the master, has to focus on the inner master. So you can see master pick you up, and you can see yourself return to such kind. But if the effort not being made at all, then maybe because of the attachment or too much struggling during the death, then the mind thinking of the family, thinking of the daughter, thinking of the house, thinking of the company, thinking of your work, then you have to come back to fulfill that. It's natural. It's not that master being mean, that they discriminate and they don't take people to such kind, to true home. It's not like that. It's because master be very respectful of what you want, what you need. So be very careful of what you think, and try to practice to put your thought, your focus always on the master, because you don't know when the death will come. You might just maybe taking a plane and the plane is crashing. And at that time, you have to train yourself to think of the master. Because sometimes fear is very strong feeling. Fear of death can pull you away from the master, from the wisdom eye center completely. If you not be able to stay strong and, establish very firm connection with the divine with the divine self inside, which is your inner master, then when the fear of death kicks in, it can drag you out very, very far away from master. And you end up coming back, even you initiate coming back for the second life, for the third life, or even for the fourth life.
Okay, with regards to meditation being just a practice for the mind, how does this link with dying while living? If we leave everything to the master and we surrender our mind, will we still be in the same predicament of having that painful death, or how does this happen?
Right. Meditation on the part of the master of Sanmat way of meditation, right? Surat Shabad Yoga, or the light and sound meditation. When we are doing it, master always say the most effective meditation has to do with the right attitude. If you're not starting this meditation with the right attitude, where you contemplate on the experience of love that you have with the physical master, then the meditation session you do after that, being half an hour, 2 hours and a half, 4 hour, 6 hour, or even 12 hour. It's just a wasteful meditation on the mind. That's one lady in Thailand. She just recently told me about her meditation experience. She said to me, her life is go through very difficult phase where she has to run the business. And then because of this COVID-19 lockdown, then the shop has to close and open, close and open. But she has to pay her rent. And because she has to pay this rent every month, then she doesn't have enough money to pay. So she falls into a lot of debt. And she's really struggle and suffering from inside at the point that, she doesn't want to live anymore. But then because she's Buddhism, she thinks the way of the Buddha is that we have to meditate to practice of letting go, right? Then if she be able to letting go of the suffering of her thought, and be practical in the circumstance, then she feels she be able to deal with her life again. But then upon thinking like that she needs to do some form of meditation, she only know how to do meditation by doing pranayama meditation, a breathing meditation. But then she feel like, okay, I know Buddha, but I don't know him personally. So, and the next person that I know is a holy person is me. So she be able to know me and she quite close with me. She start to think, about a holy person in her life. And she said she see a form of me manifest into her mind. And then she start to do meditation in her pranayama, the breathing technique kind of meditation. She said after that, she feel a pull, a pull feeling. She see Ishwapuri, appear in her meditation. And after that, she experienced the inner realm. And she said every day when she start to doing this kind of meditation, where she start meditation thinking of the holy person first that is in her life, and then start to do meditation, every time Master came to her and take her to traverse into the inner realm, have the experience of the inner journey. Then she told this to my mother, and my mother just told me, she said, this lady, she's not even initiated. And how come she have experience like this? I said, yes, mother. She don't know the light and sound meditation yet. She don't know the best method of meditation to connect to God yet. But she did her meditation with the right attitude. That's why with the right attitude, she be able to connect with the right source, the right connection inside. That's why Master come to her. And the more she meditates, she told me that more and more Master come. Sometimes she didn't know. She said, it's like an Indian man she never see before. That's why it's very important that you have a saintly friend, a holy friend that helps you, that you feel connect to in your physical life. You start from there doing whatever kind of meditation, if you not initiate. But if you initiate, it's even better. You can start to do meditation from the right attitude, where you think of the experience that you have with the master first, with the master who initiated you. And from there, you start to do meditation, withdraw your attention to your wisdom eye chakra. And right away, you will being pulled by the sound current up. And from there, it's in master hand now, where whatever you're going to experience or not experience at that time. But it's as if you get the darshan inside, you get the grace of the presence of the master inside at that time. And that should be your aim every day, that you do meditation. That you do meditation in order to meet with the master inside. And using the experience from the outside master, transform it to be the relationship that you have with your inner master. And make that experience expand more and more time. Like you have chance to go to see a physical master and have a private conversation for, let's say, for 1 minute. And use that 1 minute as the tool for your meditation. Start the meditation from that experience and try to expand that experience into 2 hours, into half day, into full day of, of the feeling that you with master all the time. And the longer time you're doing that, you'll be able to have conversation with master inside in, telepathic way. So master will say to you what you should do and what you should not do in your life and guide you to live the best life, the best charming life on this planet that, a human being can have.
Right. Okay, still on the topic of dying while living. Sometimes we feel very peaceful during meditation, especially when we experience, for some people, the radiant form of the master, and the master shows us some inner experiences. And this way of meditating is very fulfilling. So, during death, can death also be such an experience of, being in the loving company of the master? Or is death always a painful process per se?
No, that is not a painful process or a painful experience for initiates who are sincere in their practice. Because if we able to rehearse the death before you die, then you will discover that you not actually die. You only have to let go of the physical body. The astral body still live on, and the causal body still live on. Because the physical body will expire first. It's only have maximum 100 years to live. And then after that, you will discover that, actually, when you withdraw from the physical body, you still continue to live on in the astral body for 1,000 years, for 2,000 years, 3,000 years maximum. And if you die from the astral body, you still continue to live in the causal body for the next 3 million years. So therefore, we not actually truly die. When we let go of one body, we still live in another form of body. But if you be able to withdraw from the physical body and then withdraw again from the astral body and then withdraw again the third time with the causal body. Then you will reach the soul level, which the soul is immortal. The soul lives forever. So from that, you will not experience any kind of pain, any kind of struggle of letting go anymore. You won't have fear of death at all because you know where you are going. You know that you live forever. You won't die. You won't have to give up anything because, the soul is always here with us in the physical form as well. But in order to do that, to have conviction, to learn die while living, you need a guide, you need a teacher, you need a person who can show you how to do it properly. Just like you have to attend to school to educate yourself how to do it. So therefore, it's very important to seek company of a perfect living master. Because without a perfect living master, you cannot do die while living in those three bodies properly. Like I said to you before about the sister, that she didn't even have the right method of meditation, but she able to connect with a holy person, with a perfect living master that she know in her life. Then she be able to traverse the inner region, traverse those three bodies to the soul level. That's the importance of the company of a perfect person in your life. But then again, if a person has impart meditation with light and sound method or Surat Shabad yoga by non-perfect person, then again, that person cannot traverse fully and letting go of those three bodies either. So the element of a perfect person, a perfect living master, a Satguru, the guru of the fifth level, is essential in whichever method of meditation you have, because Ishwar Puriji, as well as the past saints, saying that the guru is the beginning and the end. So a perfect master is there for the journey to God realization to begin. And he is also the mean for this journey to continue, and he is also your destination in this God realization journey. So without this, we can't properly go back to our origin, to our true home. We can't fully realize to our totality of consciousness. Sometimes, there's a lot of third level guru or Satguru that teach this light and sound meditation too. Because this light and sound meditation or Surat Shabad yoga been around for a very long time. So a lot of books written about that. A lot of ashrams teach this method. But you can very well practice this method for 100 years and not succeed in anything without meeting up with a perfect living master. So, company of a perfect living master or attend to a perfect living master satsang is very essential, to this practice in order to properly have liberation from the samsara. That's the only mean, because in my country, a lot of people said, okay, we can follow the teaching of the Buddha. We can pray to the Buddha, to the statue for our liberation. Yes, you can do that. But it's not going to be as effective as you have a living Buddha in your life who tell you how to practice. You have to have a living guidance in order to access to the true Buddha consciousness inside. When you pray to the statue, how do you know it's not your mind talking back to you? Because the statue cannot say no to you, but a living person can say no to you, can correct you if whatever you do that is not right. Then yes, you can be a seeker from every background to learn this art of die by living. It's not necessary that you have to be a smart mat follower to be able to learn this art. You can learn this art in whatever meditation practice you do, as long as that meditation teach you to withdraw your attention from your physical body, from your astral body, from your causal body. But the very, very important factor is the presence of a perfect living master, a perfect person who is a human just like us, who go through the karmic life just like us. But that person has attained the consciousness of God, contain the consciousness of a living Buddha. And that person can tell you directly how to die while living, how to access to your true self, to the totality of the consciousness inside us that we only make to forget about that part. And that person can help you to remember again of that greatness, of that totality of consciousness.
That's it for today's satsang. Thank you, main speaker, for spending time with us for this satsang. If you want more information about ISTA Asia, please go to www.istaasia.com. You may also subscribe to our newsletter or email us any inquiries you may have regarding spirituality. Thank you for listening.